hip, hip, hip hop hooray. Hip, hip, hip hop hooray for hippie. We came to YouTube thinking there'd be unicorns and rainbows. And he was met with trolls, frauds, and a ton of assholes. But he created a place for all to have fun. Talk about 1A, share some music, peace and sun. You're one of a kind man, and I hope you know it's true that I speak for everyone when I say we love you. Hey, 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 say, hip, hip, hip hop hooray. Hip, hip, hip hop hooray for hippie. So join him on his live streams and bring an open mind. Yeah, it's with hippie you should be choosing to spend your time. Keep bringing people together, hippie, and sharing your smile. YouTube is better because of you and your unique style. Come share your channel link and make a new friend. It's Hippie the man whose love knows no end. And Hippie and I have a bond that we share. We both lost a brother, but he and I became a great pair. He has a mane like a lion and the ladies do adore. Hippie has subs and fans galore. Hippie for president, released on YouTube. We love you to death. I just wanted to share with you this here groove and say hip, hip hop hooray. Hip, hip, hip hop hooray for hippie. Hooray for hippie. We love you, man.
One more song here. Great to see you, Bo Hunter, Pat Bird. That is my tie. What's up, Father? That shit is so itchy right now. I just want to like grab a sword and plunge it in there. Yeah, who cares about offending you? Seriously, Fab, that you don't care who you offend, so why should anybody care about what you. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you don't take care of yourself when you get old. So all you youngins, keep that in mind. Smoking. How are you, Father? Ah, that's funny. I'm all right. Yeah, it itches because it's healing. You're right. Yeah. Hey, Bud Files. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. You get a free zipper. And so a pack a day is bad. I would say any a day is bad. I think I showed a picture yesterday on Devo's channel or Upstate's channel. It's 1568 a pack here in Massachusetts. You gonna pay that to smoke and kill yourself? It's kind of crazy. Hi Ashley. I had triple bypass heart surgery. I think today might be 3 weeks ago. On the 12th of last month, I had triple bypass. They cut a vein out of my leg and they used it on my heart. And honestly, forks and spoons. Where does it say YKK? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're more a zipper head than chest. It's painful. It's itchy. My leg is what's really painful right now, though. My leg is where all the pain is from where they removed a vein out of my leg to put to my heart. Yeah, that's what I was told. I was told, matter of fact, I met with my physical therapist today, and we did a bunch of tests, walking tests, and sit to stand test, and a one leg balancing. And for me, it's my right leg, Pat. It's, it hurts bad. The rest of it, the chest and all this, that don't hurt at all. I haven't had any pain up there for, I think, day 3 of surgery, I stopped taking pain medicine. But it looks a lot worse, I think, because of the light than it actually. Let me see if I can adjust the light a little bit. Yeah, see, it don't look as bad when the light is on it. But it's, I haven't had any dreams, but I haven't really slept good. That's another bad part of this surgery is that I haven't slept good since the 12th. Brandon Mitchell, how are you, Brandon? Good Lord, I hope you heal quick and feel better. I mean, I got a 3-inch scar on my leg. Yeah, that's what I got. Same thing. But it's weird because the pain that I have is up towards the groin. And I actually talked to my surgeon about it last Friday, and he said, yeah, that's just the vein has been traumatized, and the track of the vein is just sore. So hurts when I walk. I feel like someone's stabbing me in the leg when my inner thighs rub together. It's quite painful. Not yet. No, the vaporizer's in the other room. I trying to lay off it. It's like a beautiful evening outside. Hi, hippies are good. I'm sorry for your struggles. Hey, man, it's if life was easy, we'd all be on top of things. Unfortunately, life is hard. and that's what makes us who we are. So it's definitely one of the hardest things I've been through in my life. Um, Definitely super humbling, but I'm alive. I was given a second chance. If it weren't for my dog, I probably would have died on the side of the road. So I guess I can't complain too much that I got an ugly scar, but who cares? I'm an ugly bastard anyway. So so I don't really care about the scar. I'm just happy to have a second chance on life, right? Dog is man's best friend, and God spelled backwards. So add those two together. Did I see weird things? I mean, just myself in the mirror. I mean, that's about the only weird things I was seeing. It's I like the shaved head. Yeah, I did that before the surgery. I had COVID like a couple weeks before surgery. It's probably why I had been getting sick over and over because my body was junk box. Yeah, no, I don't remember seeing anything. I've had some crazy dreams recently that are just unexplainably weird. But hi, Mississippi. Sure. Mississippi's giving me my dinner, which is salad. I am Bob. I had triple bypass surgery, heart surgery on the 12th of last month. Came out of nowhere. My 37-year anniversary. My wife and I were planning to go to dinner, and I wanted to take my dogs for a walk before we went out to dinner. And I walked about a third of a mile away from my house, stupidly without my cell phone, and I collapsed. And I managed to get to my feet. Surgery is really quick, actually. I think it was 6 hours. But I managed to get to my feet, and I just started calling out to my dog, home, bone, treat, anything I could possibly think of in my head as I'm panicking because I had terrible pain in my chest. And she just tugged on the leash and pulled me home. I definitely did not have the strength. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing really good. The doctors say I'm way ahead of schedule. I've been working hard. I've been eating right. I quit smoking everything. Been puffing a little on a vaporizer just to try and get some sleep. It's it's one of the most done surgeries in America today. The hospital where I had mine done performs at least 14 or more per week. This is because we're all fat and overweight from processed food. Processed food is killing us. It's a taco challenge. I take stool softeners just to make sure that I don't get jammed up because they said the worst thing I could ever do is strain while pooping. That puts tremendous pressure on my chest. The hardest thing about the surgery is they crack your rib cage open to get to your heart, and then they wire it back together, and that's really the major. Yeah, imagine how much money they bring in. I really liked the Mississippi on that episode. That is crazy. No straining. Yeah, I mean that's what they say. That could pop my chest here where they got me wired back together. I don't know if they removed the ribs or they just cut them off, but they cracked my chest open to get to my heart. So pretty scary when you think about it. You are broken. They're just replacing faults. Well, listen, I've lost a ridiculous amount of weight, and I was told by the surgeon that I will continue to lose weight because now everything in my body is functioning as it should. And currently, right now, I'm 204. I mean, I'm the lightest I have been in 10 years. More than that. Spirit! Well, it's funny that you would say that, Father, because I thought I was having heartburn for about a month or so before I had the episode, and I had stopped eating pizza, and I'd stopped eating red sauce. I was drinking pear juice because it's low in toxicity, and I wasn't really having pain. It was more like anxiety in my chest right here. But on that day when I collapsed on our 37-year anniversary, I had so much pain that it was horrifying.
Skinny girl for the skinny boy.
Look, skinny girl, fat-free, sugar-free dressing. Skinny girl for the skinny boy, Mississippi said. A bud of mine ripped his ribs after surgery. Oh, shit. I'm scared of that thought, brother. So what do you have to do? Go back for another surgery to put it back together? I mean, that's horrifying. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I got a. Oh, look at this. This is how I eat now. Chicken, Mediterranean diet. This one's actually the Asian salad. The heartburn for me was not actually heartburn, brother. It was my heart. My arteries were completely clogged. My heart was straining for blood and oxygen, and that's why I was having the what I thought was indigestion or heartburn. But what really was going on was my heart was starving for blood. Hold me. Yeah, I mean, it is good. He's opening up the hood of his scar. Looks better than the hospital food. I mean, honestly, the hospital food wasn't terrible. I love being shielded. What's up? What's up? It's it's a scary thing to go through. I mean, there's no doubt. That's why I say all you old fuckers sitting around on YouTube, not eating right, not taking care of yourself, be careful because next thing you know, you're going to have one of these zippers where you can hide your weed. Just saying. Skinny girl for the skinny girl. Yeah, it's the panel link is up. Come on up. Anybody wants to ask a question about what it's like to have triple bypass surgery, what it's what was the worst part of it? I think for me the worst part was waking up with breathing tubes and a ventilator tube in my mouth. I think I have a picture of it somewhere here. I guess not. I thought I had a picture of it. I don't see it. But that was the worst part, was waking up to Betty was waking up to breathing tube and shit in my mouth, and of course your hands are tied like Jesus, spread apart, so you can't grab those tubes and pull them out of your mouth. So you're just it's scary.
Are you talking about when you woke up after your surgery?
Yeah, when I woke up and I had those tubes and shit in my mouth, that was horrifying.
Did you feel like you were part of the Matrix and you were
I
waking
mean,
up?
I was thinking the AI was taking over, and I was gonna be, an AI. That's what I can't see. He's in vertical. Yeah, I'm live on both vertical and horizontal. So
Okay, yeah, they probably can't see me, and that's all right by me. I don't care.
no, they could see you, just only half of you.
I know, because I'm not centered
There
on
you
my.
go. There you go. Now you're looking good. Now I can see your twisted up mustache and
Hey,
yeah.
I can make that mustache do all kinds of things. It's long. I'm about ready to go make a viral video with that.
What's up, Danny?
Hey, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah, you.
I'm alive. I could have been reading about me dead, So this whole new lease on life, amazing.
Yeah, you said you had woke up with all the tubes and everything sticking out of you and being intubated. You
Yep.
got to remember, you and I were going to do a stream on it with you and I about our experiences in the hospital. Think about being down 15 days and waking up like that and strapped to a bed.
Right. I was in the hospital for 18 days, but I was never incubated except for the surgery.
Yeah, I was intubated for 15 days and basically in a coma.
What was that from?
That was from the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Remember that was back in 2021, September and October. I got out of the hospital day before my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, but I spent a month and 6 days in the hospital.
Not the best place to be.
I'll tell you what, I'm sitting in the recliner that I don't remember the EMTs taking me out of. So the last thing I remember before going into the coma was a doctor he had a plexiglass deep sea helmet on, and he looked at me and said, "You're real bad sick, and I'm here to take care of you." And that's the last thing I remember before waking up.
Wow. And that was from COVID, huh?
Yeah, I was so dehydrated that I was leaning over the tub and sitting on the stool. And my wife had gone to bed. She woke up, and I was trying to get a sweatshirt off. She went to attempt to help me get it off, and I don't even remember the next door neighbor being in the house, and the two of them trying to help me out of the recliner.
Jesus.
So it was pretty bad. I'm lucky to be here. I'm blessed like you, but I didn't go through all the surgery.
Right.
I still had all the. You're talking about you're weighing what, 206 or something like that now?
Yeah.
I can't get away from the 250 mark.
Yeah, I don't know. The surgeon said because now everything's working as it should, he suspects I'm probably going to be down to 195, 190. So I'm like, holy fuck.
I like to get back down to like 160 or so is what I'd like to be at.
I haven't weighed that since high school.
If I weighed that when I was married to my first wife.
Gotcha.
And, with being here by myself, I guess I go through a little bit of depression or whatever, and that makes you want to eat,
Well, I mean, food is kind of shit, everything's so processed. And, like I tell the story when I got home from the hospital, I was so dying to eat something that had taste because a lot of the food that's healthy for you has no taste. You know what I mean? It's pretty bland.
Yeah.
And I was digging through my granddaughter's spot in the freezer where she has a bunch of her junk food, and I saw macaroni and cheese, the Kraft macaroni and cheese. And I thought, oh my God, that looks so good. and I read the package, and it was 1,400 milligrams of salt in that
Yep.
one fucking little package, which is like a day and a half of my recommended salt, It's like, fuck, I couldn't even eat it. That's the crazy thing. Now I'm addicted to reading labels.
Yeah.
It's,
There's them puppies.
I've always seen America as a country where you can only be like a pasha if you're very rich and powerful. Am I right? Question from Italy. I'm not sure what a pasha is. I mean, I'm definitely not rich. I am super poor. Hence the hippie auditor and the GoFundMe because, I can't work for another month and a half, maybe more. He said at 8 weeks I can lift 25 pounds. So I'm not living like a king for sure. I mean, I didn't pay for any of this surgery. Luckily for me, I had health insurance and Medicaid. So, but David, I mean, America, we're all overweight and eating these crazy foods. And when I look at See you, buddy. When I look at foreign countries, people aren't as overweight and aren't eating as shittily as us Americans. That's just my opinion.
Well, us as Americans, we're blessed that we have the opportunities that we have. And a lot of countries don't have these opportunities. So we're blessed and spoiled.
Well, yeah, I think we forget how good we have it. And you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just like our beef over here. It has to be grown in a certain way, or we can't even ship it overseas. They won't take it.
America is about the only country on earth you can come to from any color, religion, with no money, and you do have the chance of becoming a millionaire. Where else can you do that? I mean, you're not lying.
Yeah. But it's awfully funny. You got this chance to become a millionaire here, but when you get a phone call, it's all in a foreign language. Press 1 for English. That's ridiculous.
I think if I'm understanding you, David, you're saying that everybody has the chance of becoming a king here in America, and I think that's true, which is kind of the sad part about like Trump just passed, I don't know, was it $70 billion budget for ICE and Border Patrol. They're going to stop people from coming into this country.
I just seen a chart the other day about how many people we have in prisons, and it was from all different countries. And
Yep.
A lot of them were like in the, maybe the 56,000. And we're at 115 million people that are in prison.
Tea drinker, welcome in, nonconformist. I have a lot of friends from England, especially in the north. Geordies, Newcastle, Hebburn. I love Brits.
Who is it that came and visited you from over?
Someone came from the Midlands and stayed for 9 days. Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
He came over here on a pot vacation, and we got fucking stoned for 9 days, and then unfortunately back to England. Now he moved to Wales. He lives in Wales now.
Okay.
Which I guess, I'm not sure if that's part of England or its own separate entity. I'm not really smart on that. Nonconformists could probably answer that.
If you fall into the water, I don't know nothing about it.
But thanks for commenting, nonconformist. Appreciate it. What about this new screw worm? I was just reading an article about that, talking about how beef is already up $3.09 from 2020 and $1.09 from last year. And if this screwworm gets established, beef is just going to go sky high.
The worst part is we eradicated the screwworm into the year 2000.
We eradicated it in 2000, and how
But
did it
then
get
on the
started?
cuts to USA, there was no
Oh.
monitoring it, so it got
Ah,
like measles. We had eradicated measles too. Now it's
I guess they'll have to shoot them up with a bunch of ivermectin for the
be
cows.
careful. Be careful.
I'm
You
talking
gotta
about for
get
the
right
cows.
I don't think it matters. Animal abuse, anything, that word just triggers YouTube.
Yeah.
It's sad, but this is a private platform and there is no freedom of speech here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So,
What are we supposed to say?
which is,
Shoot them up with parasite killer?
I mean, I don't know what their plan is to eradicate them. My wife just came in here and said that we had eradicated them in 2000, but apparently they're back. And it's kind of
Is that when we had the mad cow thing?
I'm not sure.
Because I haven't heard anything about the mad cow thing for quite a while.
Yeah, I know somebody personally who went overseas and got mad cow and died. I forget what country he was in, but mad cow disease is.
Do you remember what caused that?
No.
They were making feed out of the dead cows and feeding it back to the cows, which created it to happen.
Yeah.
took his body for years.
Oh, really? He had it in his body for years?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Going to England. years
What do you think about the loss of Venezuelan and Iranian oil weakening China and strengthening America's bargaining position with China? I mean, that's an interesting. Trump is a businessman. He's not. He's not my favorite person, but he's also not stupid.
Yeah.
What do you think about Trump's bluff about Greenland forcing Europe to actually strengthen defense there? Of just talking as if they have for 50 years. I mean, I find that definitely odd. I mean, I feel like it's probably a good thing that we were there to keep Russia at bay, but to actually take it is a bit off to me.
We don't need Greenland. They've taken care of themselves for all these years. We don't need to get involved in their business.
Mad cow disease was created because of us, at least I believe. Yeah, I mean, again, I know somebody who had mad cow disease and passed away from it. And apparently, my wife said he'd had it in his body for years and they didn't know that it was in him. Or Trump's threat of pulling out NATO, making the European countries spend more on defense. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm not a fan of Trump, but I agree with that. Why do we have to pay for why are we the big dogs protecting everybody? Why are we paying for it? You know what I mean? I find that off.
Yeah, we send all of our military over there to help them out in their rights as our rights are being taken away in this country. The military guys that go into being police officers don't understand why they were actually fought in foreign countries. Because we didn't have a war here in the United States. We don't have wars here in the United States anymore.
Mad cow disease was the consequence of feeding ground up cows back to cows. It spread a disease.
Yep.
So
as the cows were sick and died, they ground it up and sent it to processing, made feed out of it.
Crazy. But I'm not a fan of us paying for protecting all of you guys' countries. I mean, why should we? I feel like we shouldn't even be involved in protecting other countries. But I get why we do, because we don't want, Putin pushing closer and closer.
Yeah, I mean, I can
So,
understand helping out people who want to help themselves, but when they don't want to help themselves, they want to run away, then that's where I have the problem. We had all the folks who come across our borders illegally. They ran away from the problems and were saying that they were here for their own salvation, because their country was so terrible, but they didn't want to sit back and fight for their country like we do in our country. Why do you think we got First Amendment auditors here? It's a fight for our country. It's a peaceful way to do it.
I don't feel like it's having much of a change, though.
Oh, it is, though. I've been watching a lot of it lately. I mean, you still have these police departments that are so corrupt and so uneducated that they don't understand what the Constitution is about. And there are so many auditors out here who are taking their plea agreements or taking their settlements rather than going ahead and going to court and actually pushing for things that will actually be the change. You can't keep doing that.
Problem is YouTube and a lot of these platforms are shadow banning the auditors. Right. They're not getting the coverage anymore. Quite a few of these guys are leaving, because why do it if you're going to drop a video with 200,000 subscribers and have 1,300 people watch your video?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the guys I normally watch aren't showing up. I haven't seen accountability for all lately, I
think Josh is on vacation somewhere, enjoying life. I don't know if he's coming back or what. I haven't talked to him in about a month, but
yeah,
I know he's having a lot of fun in Mexico or somewhere down south. And
yeah,
but
well, that's all well and good. The thing is every time you take a settlement and the city or police department, whatever, will not claim responsibility, you really haven't fixed anything, because it's got to go through the court system and create laws and create case law. And, the example that this is what's going on, they had to pay out this much money. When you can't say how much money you're getting from something, and that's a part of your settlement agreement, no, it needs to go out there and let everybody know that are the citizens, and let everybody know that this police department paid out this much for this police department paid out that much for that, because it gets into the qualified immunity thing again. I didn't know. Well, guess what? It's going to cost you to not know. And it's going to cost you because we're going to let everybody know that this police department over here already paid for it.
The problem is when we sue, it's our tax money that gets taken away from good things, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you got to hit it a different way. If we can actually sue the police officers, get into their pension funds, and make it to where it's not coming out of the budget of the cities and the
auditing's been going on for 10 years or better, and not much has changed. There's a little bit of removal of the responsibility from cops, but I don't know. I don't feel like we're doing a hell of a lot of change. We are putting case law out there, but I don't know. What do we have to remember is that what we know is what we are told by media, and if the media tells us what they want us to know, don't you think we should start knowing what we want to know? Aren't you sick and tired of being told what to know? Well, listen, I'm a guy who I haven't paid for cable. I haven't watched TV in probably 10 to 15 years. I can't stand the news and all the bullshit commercials. And you're right 100%. I watch a lot of different YouTube news, and I read a lot of news, and I go to a lot of different sources, and then I sort of take that all into my head and then make a decision on what I feel like is going on.
Yeah, if I do kind of the same thing here, I don't know how long it's been since I actually turned the TV on. I mean, it may have been a month or so ago, but I watched it one night and then turned it back off, and I watched YouTube and play solitaire. Because
The whole West has to realize if we don't stand up for what we have got, we aren't going to have it for very much longer. This isn't random. It's not organic. It's engineered. I mean, I 100% agree with you, nonconformist. 100%. Caucasian. What's up, brother? I 100% agree with you, man. I mean, you know, people believe too much about what the man on TV says, you know. What is it, Oliver Anthony, right? People always doing what the TV says, right? I mean,
well, it's all them food commercials on there getting us fat. And nobody's figuring out how to outlaw spoons and forks.
I think in Europe they figured it out, right? They outlawed knives. Spoons and forks will be next.
I like using chopsticks when I go out for Chinese. Hey, who's that guy?
How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
I don't think I've seen him for a while.
I've been around.
I know you've been around, but I haven't seen you.
It's because you don't love me like you used to.
Oh.
Hey, now you're getting personal. We can't do that on here.
Look, I told you all that in a private conversation. If you keep spreading rumors, I'm just going to have to confirm them.
There you go.
Besides, I was young.
I think
and
you
needed
was
money.
talking to Hippie the last time I came up. Yep.
Okay.
Hippie's looking good. We're going topless today. See, I'm topless too.
I ain't done it. I mean, I don't want to show you my bare ass chest with no hair on it. But then again, grass don't grow on a playground, so.
I don't
That's why
have
I'm
any
bald-headed.
hair on mine.
What are you doing with that thing, my brother?
It's naturally fucking hairless.
You know any good bald jokes?
No.
No?
No.
Let
No,
me
'cause
see.
I have a
I
full
got
head
one.
of
Hold
hair.
on. Let me think
All right,
over
give
it
me
for a
one.
second.
Uh-oh, he's doing a Google thing to get a
No,
bald
I
joke.
just got to get it straight in my head because it's not like a knock joke. It's a little more involved.
My hair didn't leave me. It just went on a permanent vacation. I'm not bald. I'm aerodynamically superior. This isn't a bald head. It's a solar panel for my vibe machine. I don't
For a
need
sex
hair.
machine, right?
I have a head confidence. My barber and I broke up. Irreconcilable differences. I didn't lose my hair. I gained a face. Well, there you go. There's a bunch of quick ones. Now you got to.
Okay. All right. So, guy wakes up one morning, notices a bald spot in his head. Over there looking at it in the mirror, and he's like, "Oh no, oh no." Couple weeks goes by, and it gets bigger, and he's noticing handfuls of hair on his mattress and in his bed, in the shower. So he goes to the doctor. He looks at the doc. He's like, "Doc, I don't want to go bald, man. Just tell you what you do." Now, this is highly experimental, and I'm not supposed to tell you about it. When you get home tonight, I want you to shave every hair off your head. And when you go to bed with your wife, I want you to take top of your head and rub it all in her punani. You get it all slobbed up there. And have sex and go to bed. And he's like, that's weird. So, he thanks the doctor. He pays his copay and he goes home. He tells his wife what the doctor said. She doesn't believe him. She shows him the prescription. The wife looks at it and goes, well, damn, okay. Well, if that's what it's going to take. And he did it. couple of weeks goes by and a full, glorious, luxurious head of hair starts growing in. So he doubles down on it. And a couple of months go by and he's out there with flowing, long, excellent locks. And he decides to go back to the doctor because now he's kind of thinking that he might have the doctor a little bit more money, you know? So he goes up there to get everything checked out and talk to the doctor. Gets into the waiting room, and there's all these people sitting around, and they're all wearing masks. And there's this one bald dude sits down next to him, looks over at him. He goes, "You here to see the doc?" He's like, "Yeah. You know, you can make your hair grow back." And he pulls off the mask, and there's this huge, long, flowing beard. And the guy goes, "You nasty motherfucker."
Oh, I mean, I like it. What's up, upstate? How
Makes
are
me
you?
want to know what you're doing with that upper lip over there, bro. What you doing, you nasty motherfucker?
I have to shave the rest of it or it gets away on me.
Oh yeah, I'm about due for a trim myself. This shit done started covering my nipples. I gotta do something about it.
Well, when Hippie met me originally, I did have a beard, remember? I had the white Santa Claus beard.
Right? How come
Put
you
on my
shaved it
Santa.
up?
I just got
Got a
tired of
question
it.
about that.
What is
What's
it?
your
Go for
You
it.
ever have anybody catch hold of that beard and take control of this situation?
Nope.
I had one guy try. I doubt he'll ever try it again. Because the problem was he was about 21 and he was tweaking and drinking. I walked out and asked him, I was like, "Hey man, you get a little wild." He reached up and grabbed a hold of my beard, snatched me forward, and about just before it pulled tight, I reached up and caught him by his wrist with my right hand. And he pulled and jerked me almost off my feet, and I stood up straight and stretched him out because he wasn't but about 5'4", 5'5.5". So I stretched him up a little bit, and he didn't let go. And I was like, "Let go," and he said no, and I crushed and dislocated his wrist. I popped all of his little tarpals or what the fuck whatever they are out of whack. I just crushed it with my hand, and he made this weird little sound, kind of like the noise that a balloon makes when you pull on the end of it. Goes, "Wee!" He made like this weird little sound, and his girlfriend was over there, and she was like walking in with his guitar and saw what was going on, and she reared back like she was going to hit me, and I turned and put him between me and her, and she cracked that guitar across the back of his head, and he went out like a light.
I figured the only other way to do that is grab his wrist and give one lift of a leg right up between his two
Sure.
thighs. And
I didn't want to hurt the kid. To show what a
I
good sport I
didn't want
was.
to hurt him.
No, I put his wrist back in place while he was passed out, so he wouldn't pass out again when I did it when he was awake. Right? No joke. As soon as he went down, and she said, "Oh my God, what did I do?" And I pointed at a buddy of mine, and I said, "Get her." And he stepped up and kind of pushed her out the door, shut the door, and locked it so that she wouldn't be able to hit nobody else with that guitar. And I stepped over and grabbed his wrist and popped it back into place, popped that back into place, popped his knuckle back into place. And my buddy Jeff looked at me. He said, I hope that's supposed to be there." I was like,
Hey.
yeah.
FA, right?
Is that domestic
Well, I used to work-
violence?
I used to work with the booster club on the football team and stuff. And so anytime they'd have any type of injury, I was over there on the sidelines, and half the guys would come running over to me and be like, "Is my nose straight?" "Nah, man, look at me." Blow. Crack. "Oh God, I can breathe again." "Great, let's go."
Man, it's
Oh.
cool.
If you've never had a deviated septum, you haven't lived.
A deviated
Well, I just got
septum?
a screwed up sinus is what I've got. Hey, look at that beard on that one. I know where he's been.
You nasty mother.
You talking about hair on the face? Well,
Well,
looks
the
like
joke
I'm-
was the way to get your hair to grow
We figured out how you get that. We got the doctor's
Yeah.
prescription. You already been at it.
Yeah, I got to turn it up.
burying your head in that there vagina.
Cooter. Yeah, been that
Yes,
cooter.
sir. I might know what you mean.
There you go.
Maybe.
There's another one.
I got a snorkel. How about you?
Lots of beards in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cut mine off. I'm here by myself, so it doesn't grow as fast.
Mine's a little one. No. Yeah. I don't mind.
Yeah, I did. When I first met my wife, before the one that just left me, I had a full beard and everything, and we was on a cruise. So every day I shaved off something, and she wouldn't let me shave off my mustache. So I had a goatee, and then I had the little Fu Manchu thing, and a little bit of everything going on from a full beard. So it was just one thing after another every day.
Show me your papers.
But I had a fun time with him because it was a cruise that we went on, and I was in this little chat thing before we went. I told everybody I was going to wear my Speedo, and so all these women are waiting for me to get there and have my Speedo, and I had met my wife, and we was hanging out and stuff. So I showed her what my Speedo was. And I had gone to Dick's Sporting Goods, and they had swimming suits on sale at the end of the season because it was like January, and they had a bathing suit that said Speedo on it. So I went out to the smoking area, and the robe that they had there on the cruise, and I had on my bathing suit. I said, "Ladies, I know you've been waiting, so here it is." And I opened up my robe, and there was me in my bathing suit, and it said Speedo on the top of my leg. So kind of blew the feathers away.
Beard for me, it's annoying because it gets really itchy when it gets to a certain point, and I'm a slob, so it's full of fucking yesterday's dinner, and it stinks. And
that was my main thing. You couldn't eat soup that it wasn't running down your beard, and then what do you do with it?
Put it into a glass to recycle it.
I guess. Trouble is, and that's kind of start hanging around.
Have lots of napkins.
A lot of wet wipes.
Those too sometimes. Well, I can light a hootie when it's practically a roach.
There you go.
Nice. I miss smoking the flower. I haven't smoked flower in, I don't know, 34, 35 days. I took a few puffs off of vaporizer, but I ain't done any flower. I got beautiful plants growing. I got amazing bud hanging. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all.
You're going to have a pot party at your house because you can't sell it, but you can give it away.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to do a lot of things, but that doesn't mean we don't do it.
I was going around it this time, okay?
I'm down to two plants.
If you're a caretaker, you can a caregiver, you can sell 1 ounce a month, but they say you have to call it a donation. So I'm not.
You're having internet issues.
Am I breaking up?
You're good.
Sound like a guitar.
Them plants I was telling you about that were yellow. I took them to Kentucky, and they're growing in the wild. Nice. They should go out in the wild.
Nice, brother. Good for you. Don't get caught when you go to pick them. That's all.
I've been working on my vegetable and herb garden. I got raised gardens. I haven't got anything planted in the garden yet, But the raised gardens, I was out working on them the last couple of days, getting them all going.
Nice.
Got chives, I got onions, I got cilantro, I got jalapenos, I got I'm trying to think what all else I do have out there.
Tell you what I
Tomatoes.
used to do. I kept
Plants on
an
pepper plant.
aquaponics system for about 6 years. And when I decided to do my spaghetti garden, I used the aquaponics system as like my starter. So like I planted out the whole garden in that aquaponics bed and then transferred it to.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but everybody sounding like a guitar.
That's you, bud.
Yeah, it's just your side. So go ahead,
I guess.
Caucasian. I never tried aquaponics.
It takes a certain skill set. You'd probably do real well at it, having a little bit of plumbing experience. That's really what it is.
Well, the whole thing is you got to make sure that your temperatures are right.
No,
'Cause
that's not the problem. The problem
we
is
had-
solids.
Well, we had a big hydroponics thing at a church I was going through. And
Well, that's
they had the
hydroponics, that's
fish
different.
and all that stuff. Yeah. So they had all that going on, but they didn't keep the temperature up and expect the plants to grow. And, you know, plants won't germinate unless the ground's at least 56 degrees. And the water wasn't even that was going through it.
I had quite the opposite. My water was getting too warm, and I got Pythium, which is slime, and it takes over the root system. But I didn't like the idea of hydroponics just because out here you got to dump that fluid every couple of weeks to a month, and
That's why aquaponics works better.
Right. I agree, because
The problem is most people that get involved in aquaponics, they don't understand how significant the solids waste actually is. But with your worms, you can literally just transfer that shit straight into your worm bed. Blammo, blammo.
right.
Well, we had fish in like 2 different tubs. They had things that floated on it to keep the moss and stuff out of it. They had all that stuff, but they
Two
didn't.
things.
It was just too cold.
Well, I mean, you can design around temperature fluctuations. You have to choose the right plants and do the right fish and all that stuff. So like if you're using a small system, like a couple of IBC totes or something like that, go with really big pipes. I know it sounds crazy, but the volume of water helps keep it from freezing solid.
Yeah. Well, this here was inside. They had like a gymnasium kind of thing in the church, and they had built it. I mean, this was elaborate. This was 2 stories of plants, and they had 2 of those 250-gallon totes, like chemical totes.
Yeah, that's what I was using. 2 of them.
Okay, that's
Like
what they
300
used
gallon, yeah.
for the water, and that's where the fish were at. And then they pumped that into the whole system, but they were trying to figure out why it wasn't working. And man, I walked in there about freeze. I'm like, it's not going to work. It's not going to grow unless it's warm enough and got enough light. Right now, I've got plants that I bought at the plant store. I've got a plant out in the garden. They're in my garage. I got 2 of those LED lights in my garage turned on, and I put water in the bottom of the thing. I don't even water from the top. And they're growing. They're not dying. And as I transplant them out to the raised gardens, and I transplant them out to the big garden, then they're going to still be good. Now I've lost a few plants, but I also like I'll have 6
Consider
plants,
this.
maybe 2 of them
I'm
die.
in Georgia.
Right.
So that might be a little different.
See, I'm in Indiana, and I'm in the northern part of Indiana. So we've had some really weird weather up here this year. We've had rain for a while. We've had cold and hot, and right now, I think it got up to like 80 some degrees today. So
I think we hit
Yeah.
97 and it rained twice.
Today it was 97.
I think so. I think so because
Man.
when I first woke up this morning, it got stupid hot, and then the rain came in.
Yeah,
Rain
I had
was
rain a little bit
the
this
temperature
morning.
dropped.
Yeah.
61 here.
Came in overnight.
Been that 61 all day. Really hasn't got above the low 60s. But again, I got that ocean around me, which is still pretty cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump out because my hearing aids are starting to beep, and that's what I'm going through to talk to you guys.
All right, brother. Peace and
I'm
pot leaves.
Hey,
Peace
you
out.
guys, peace. Hey, keep it free out there, and like I've heard on some of these attorneys, keep your evidence to yourself. So have a great day. God bless.
All righty.
I don't know.
What we're going to talk about now?
I don't know. I'm still fixated on the screw worm raising the price of beef. Like it's not high enough already.
The screw worm is showing up in Texas.
Yeah,
3 or
12
4
square
times.
12 square miles of Texas. Goats, dogs, cows, whole bunch of different things.
Yeah,
So it's
pigs, cats, squirrels.
says any opening in an animal, the fly lays eggs in, and here comes the worms. And I don't know. I mean, beef is up $3 since 2020, and it's up $1.10 since last year, and could have a real effect on food prices. Not that they need to be any fucking higher, but
What are
that's
those things? I mean, what do they cause the cow to carry a disease or something? Or
They eat raw flesh, which causes infections and sickness in the animals. And if it gets to the right spot, probably eats a hole in the heart, I'm guessing. But again, we don't need food prices to get any higher than they are. See you, Danny. Hey, Darlene. Nanu. What a great show that used to be. Looks like the stages of Old White Dudes. I got some beef boy. Give it to me, Michael. Not all worms are good. Truth.
no.
Michael, shame. Caucasian
Oh,
Sasquatch. Darlene says hi.
Hey, darling.
I'm a white dude. All I know is shame.
Hello.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm still pining for subs. I've got 2 more to go. I'm at 48. If I can get at least 50, then I'll stop asking. But I need at least 50 so I can start posting.
Everybody go say hi to Elmo on his channel so he can go live if you would. Bubs, what's up, brother? Gas went down 20 cents. Well, apparently Trump is bombing Iran as we speak because they shot down one of our very expensive choppers last night. So back into the shit we go. Can I get a job at age 56 without AI's help? Probably not. You might have to blow some AI before you can get a job. I'm just saying. Pat Burke, Darlene, Elmer. Yeah. Everybody go say hello to Elmer if you're not already part of his crew. Go help. Oh shit! My mic's been muted for I don't know how long.
Your subscription, I really do. And I can
go help out Elmer and get him 2 subs so he can hold me. I'm not sure. Oh, okay.
Uncle Daniel.
Yeah.
What's
up?
What's up? Man, not too much. Sitting here, chit-chatting, eating. Filled my face with a yummy salad with some chicken in there. I've had my weekly beef outtake, so I can't eat any more beef. So, yeah, got to try to do the right thing, or I'm gonna end up dead. You know what I mean?
I know.
I was given another chance, so I better do the right shit.
I like lemon. Did I mention I like lemon honey water?
Ooh, yummy. Elmo, you look like old shop teacher in high school. I mean, I hate to say it, but kind of looks like one of my old teachers too. The metal shop.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I can dig. That's what I'm doing. Hey, I got a crazy little dude cutting down a giant poplar right now with a little tiny hatchet.
What?
Yeah, here, check this shit out, dude. This dude's crazy. Watch this shit. Look at this.
What kind of drugs is he got? I want some.
One, I don't let nobody do drugs out here but marijuana. You know better than that.
Right?
Yeah. Holy shit, Zach. That is hollow, isn't it? Yeah. Look at this big tree. This dude's crazy.
Hell? That's awesome. What are you gonna do with it? Burn it? Firewood?
Yeah, just whatever. He's just messing around. But it's hollow.
Lord. Oh wow. Great. Why don't you give him a bigger axe, bro?
I don't want to.
Because I'm not a friendly uncle.
This is far more entertaining, my brother.
I gave you one more, Elmo, so it sounds like you might have your 50 now.
I got one, bro. I got one.
Oh, thank you.
So when I was about 24, a buddy of mine who was a year younger than me was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic with delusions of grandeur, right? And he comes to the house after he'd been in the hospital for like 2 months. And he just pops up. I'm in the backyard helping my pops plant a pear tree or something. And there's this damn root that we can't get out of the way. And I'm in there with a machete trying to chop it up. And fucking my pops walked over and grabbed an axe and was coming back over. And Russell comes over and screams, "Hey, Mr. Robert, I'm diagnosed psychotic." And he says, "Cool, here, take this axe and go stand next to Sasquatch."
Doggy.
Doo-doo.
Yes, gotta love the dogs, man.
He's my big guy, man.
Love right there.
Yes, sir. I got 2 amazing guard dogs, both shepherds.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 5 pit bulls living in my house. This is not the house to break into.
I seen that.
Yeah. I like help new channels grow. I like helping new channels grow too, because YouTube is an ass bag. You're number 1, YouTube. Just saying.
Hey, my nephew heard you 50 yards off and he laughed.
I don't know. You did actually. YouTube's been
How do you hear that shit?
Because you can hear everything. You can hear somebody fart 150 yards off easy. Like,
you might can, motherfucker, but I'm deaf as a son-bitch. I've been riding heavy equipment my whole life and shooting pew-pews.
I like Harley. I like that.
You lucky I could hear you.
My comment probably hurt, but
There it is! Holy shit! Ooh!
Oh, I heard that.
Holy-
All the emergency room. Oh, the humanity.
Bitch fucking fell in the class, dude. He shit himself, dude. You need new
What
drawers?
you don't understand is it was attempted murder.
Right?
I told you it was a big motherfucker.
I heard that
Yeah,
bitch
that-
snap pop.
That was quite a crash. Definitely crazy that you did that with a fucking hand hatchet. A fucking handsaw probably would have worked really well as well.
I didn't want him to kink my saw up. What are you thinking, man?
Wait, what would have been crazy is if the tree fell over and then it was full of a giant bee's nest. And next thing you
That's what he
know,
was- That's what he was
can
worried
hear-
about. He was worried about something.
Buddy.
I told him don't worry about it.
everybody running in the trailer as the bees are just.
I got one. When I was about 24, 25, I come across this, I believe it was a 1986 K5 Blazer, not the Blazer, but the big long Suburban, big barn doors in the back.
Sure.
And I stopped. I was on my way somewhere, Athens or somewhere, saw it sitting on the side of the road. I got the guy to stop, let me go knock on the door. And old guy with breathing machine, you know, the little fucking tubes up the nose comes up. Hey, man, what you want for that? He said, $1,000. If you can crank it up, move it. And I was like, okay. So I'm dab hand with a wrench, you know. I went, talked to my buddy, got him to go grab me some tools, and I went and checked it out. And dude, I didn't have to do nothing but splash gas in it and jump the fucker off. That was it. Full of oil, full transmission fluid, no problem. All right, fine. Counted out that man $1,000. Here you go. He went and wrote a bill of sale that included wasps. And I had to take all the wasps with me. I go out there with a flashlight and I crawl all over that motherfucker and I look everywhere I could think of to look. I see a couple of wasps. I find like one or two little wasp nests under there, and I pulled them off and put them inside after I killed the wasp, you know. And I shrug it off. I'm like, okay, fine. I go sign the bill of sale, I give the man his money, shake his hand, deal's done. I go get in it, crank it up, start driving it down the road, roll down the windows, and got the wind blowing around in there. And I swear this thing, it's got this weird buzz in it, like it's maybe got a bad bearing in it or something. And I'm trying to figure out what the buzz is. And I don't know what the fuck possessed me, but I reached over and turned on the defroster.
Oh, shit.
And the second that sumbitch hummed up, the next thing, first of all, it sounded like a blender. Second of all, red wasps started boiling out of every crack, every crevice, everywhere under the dashboard. I'm running 65 down the damn road in this thing. I'm happy as a damn clam. Then suddenly I am absolutely full panic mode. Got my buddy following me in an old V8 318 Dakota, right? And I'm talking from to pull over on the side of the road. Real gentle, like open the door, step out, and then roll around on the goddamn ground like I'm on fucking fire. Stung like 3 or 4 times. But that wasn't the problem. Now I'm standing on the side of the road with this untagged, uninsured Suburban that looks like one of those cartoon fur balls of cats fighting. There is a noticeable cloud of wasps around this damn thing. And I'm like, okay, so the guy had said something about wasps. And while I was working on it, I sent my buddy to the damn stove to go get some bebop, right? So I figured, no problem. I'm like, but they just keep coming. And they keep coming. And they keep coming. And they keep coming. 2.5 hours I'm standing on the side of the road spraying fucking wasps. Georgia State Patrol comes along, sees me sitting there with my hazards on, and actually a couple of other people had stopped because they saw the cloud and was wondering how I was going to do this. GSP stops, turns on his blue lights, gets out, and does that slow waddle over to look at me and says, "What you got going on here? Kind of looks like a clusterfuck to me. What do you make of it?" He's like, "Oh shit, dude." I was like, "You want to get in and drive it? Because I'm working on it, man. I don't know what to tell you." He goes to giggling. He's like, "My daddy owned that truck for 20 some odd years. This had wasps in it since the day he bought it. I swear to God, they live in every crevice. You know, we went out there last week and we pulled all the wasp nest off the outside of it." That was you. You're the one. I had just bought he wanted that truck, but he didn't have the balls to go get it because it was full of wasps. And he's like, "We've cleaned that thing up. We pulled the whole dashboard out of it." When I got home, I pulled all of everything out of the inside of that truck and scrubbed it down with soap and water. I am not even joking. I cleaned that thing, trying to get all the pheromones off to keep them from coming back.
Oof.
When I sold the motherfucker, I sold it with the wasps on the bill of sale.
This kind of reminds me of what you're talking about. Here we go.
What the hell? When I stop the car, run out screaming. No problem. Little trick my dad taught me. Bees! Bees! Bees in the car! Bees everywhere!
Oh no!
They're ripping my flag off!
Dude, no. I ended up stark naked, standing on the side of the road, going through my clothes, getting all the all the wasps out of them.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not even. I took off every stitch of clothing right there on the fucking yellow line in the middle of that road. And the guy that was driving that Dakota behind me laughed so hard he almost ran into my truck because he couldn't put the bitch in park.
Wasps are worse too, right? Because they can sting multiple times. Like a bee, it only stings at one time.
Son,
Wait.
roll around. If you hear me, roll around on the ground.
Forget that! I'm starting to swell up!
Save yourself. Don't be the hero. Frank, allergic to bees? Me too.
They're huge and they sting crazy!
We'll come back later and check on you.
Typical cop right there. We'll come back later to check on you. You are an interesting lady. Are you hitting on Tutty? She got a husband and stuff.
That Vanta Black. I'm pretty sure that sounds like Vanta Black.
So what's going on, Tutty?
Oh, nothing. The husband gets home from work and goes back to work. So
My wife comes home tomorrow. I might be a little busy.
Brow chicken.
Nice. Have we heard from Asia yet?
She made a post saying that she's made it to Texas, but I haven't gotten an answer to any text or anything yet. So
Gotcha.
whatever.
I know that she sent John Denicola a message about the car and getting a hotel and something about the map sensor when it rains causes the car to die. So
That'll happen. Chances are there's a crack in the intake somewhere over there in the plastic, like throttle body or what the hell ever. You just got to find it and throw a dab of silicone over it. Might be a vacuum hose loose on it. There's no telling. There's all kinds of shit it could be.
the book
Yo, mama.
of FRLM. I'm not sure what that means, but welcome in.
Oh, that's RLM is the book of RLM. She's in chat.
yeah, that's Rebecca. She's our baby.
She might be evil. She might be good. I don't know. The jury's still out on that.
She's my homegirl.
Well, welcome in. Either way,
She's good people.
nice. There's a link.
I know she's Latina, so I wouldn't go that far.
Yes.
She hasn't stabbed me yet.
She's a Cuba Rican.
I don't give a damn
Cuba-
what
a
breed.
Cuba
It's
Rican.
fine. They all come armed with scissors, is all I know.
Oh,
I have not broken up with a Latina yet that wasn't swiping at me with a bladed object as I was leaving. And we do count a broken glass as a bladed object, yes. Had one throw an icicle at me. Goddamn, how much of an asshole you gotta be for some bitch to throw a fucking icicle at you?
Well, go ask the man in the mirror that, sir.
Like, reach over and break that son bitch off the side of the roof and throw it like a goddamn dagger.
Well, that was just the nearest thing. I mean, it
Damn
sounds
right it
kinda
was.
fun.
Not a foot over, 1 foot over, there was a fucking axe. And when she went for the ice pick, I went for the axe. Not to use it, but to throw it as far away as possible so that she didn't grab anything else.
The party limit is 9, I believe, is what you can have on panel, if that's what you're asking.
10.
10? All right.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. Is that the chat queen?
Yeah, Darlene, she's a chat queen because she's
Oh,
always
Darlene.
and everybody. She's always just
She's a monster
being nice
mod.
and doing things for everybody. She's just the sweetest pea in the whole daggum pod.
Yes.
I shall return.
Darlene has helped me tremendously. She's a beautiful person. And
Yes.
I've helped her whenever I can as well.
She is
So,
good people.
yeah, I don't think I could go to as many channels as she goes to. It's crazy.
Whew.
She's in every one. You know?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, she's the sweetest pea in the whole daggum pod. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper?
Me? No, sir. I'm Cherry
Oh.
Coke.
Oh, Cherry Coke. Nice.
Cherry Coke. Yep.
Oh, look, someone dropped Darlene's link.
Hey!
The book, You're So Welcome. Aw. So what's going on in your area? Is it hot, cold?
Oh my
rainy?
gosh, it is hot on the
Is
Gulf.
it?
Humid, muggy, all that, just steamy. Yes. Oh my gosh. And then we
It's,
got Coast Guard running choppers overhead. So
Uh-oh.
stuff
What's
going on in the clouds and this. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're getting
What do
they
they
get, they
say?
get squirrely every time something goes on overseas.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think Trump put America into some kind of high alert because of Iran shot down one of our super powerful choppers last night, and so now Trump's decided to retaliate. So as far as I know, as we speak, there are things going on that shouldn't go on, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're probably going to be here. I wouldn't so much say hearing, but feeling like the Apaches and everything. They run
Yep.
at night around here.
Yeah.
And you go outside, you don't see them or any. You just you feel them. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like the hearing and the
That's right.
feeling at the same time, and the whole. It's like earthquake around here when they come because they'll come like 10 deep.
Thank you, the book. Thank you for the scribe. Appreciate it. That's right. You grew up on a base, right? I was born on a base, and I lived 3 years on Otis Air Force Base, which has been decommissioned now. But most people know of Otis Air Force Base because during 9/11, the normal jets that would patrol our airspace were chasing down the plane that crashed into the field. So they called Otis, and they dispatched 2 jets to protect the White House and the all that other crap out there. So, but yeah, now it's all decommissioned. Used to be huge housing in there, and now the only thing that I know of that's in there is, of course, what you were just saying, Coast Guard. And so when something happens, the Coast Guard dispatch out of there.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily think that everything's decommissioned. Everything's just underground now.
Right.
Yeah, everything's being ran from underground now,
What?
and because they got all this drone technology and everything, there's
Yep.
far less need for above ground.
Right.
No,
I mean,
things to be attacked.
I was in there. I used to work in construction. I have a high security clearance because of being born on the base. But I was in there, I don't know, 10 years ago, and all the housing, there's nothing but concrete pads everywhere. I mean, everything is gone. The only things that we could see, not that there ain't secrets like you say underground, but all you could see was there was a bunch of hangars for the coast. You could see all the Coast Guard choppers in there.
Yeah, if there's not a base there anymore, so to speak, that's something that you can't attack, right? There's
Yeah.
nothing there to attack. So
What is the next step? Oops goes to war. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Fuck, gas is $4.62 a gallon. Food is almost unfucking buyable. And now we got this stupid screw worm, which is going to cause beef prices to rise even more.
This is what I think needs to happen. We need to just take our noses out of it.
I agree.
Kill each other off, and the rest of the world will be better for it without having to deal with either one of their shit anymore.
Somebody was here earlier from Britain, and they were like, well, what do you think about, Trump backing away from NATO? And I'm not really a fan of Trump, but he said, what do you think of him backing away from NATO? And I said, well, honestly, I think it's great. I mean, why do we have to be the big guys on the block and spend billions and billions and billions of dollars when people in our own fucking country are starving? And nobody gives a fuck. They don't play it on the news. They don't show it anywhere. The city near me, Boston, is just full of homeless encampments. And, yet we spend, $350 billion on Ukraine and, all these other countries. I think, they should take care of themselves. No, yes, we should back them up if something actually happens, but I don't feel like we should be spending all this money. Spend it on our own fucking country.
Thank you, sir. Agreed.
So you agree? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree. I don't know if he liked or didn't like the comment because I'd not really seen him in my channel before. But again, I'm not really a fan of Trump. I think the whole war thing is a waste of fucking time.
The world has been complaining about us, having our fingers in everybody else's pies and controlling everybody. It's like, all right. We'll back off and we'll take our money with us. And now let's see how y'all survive without America helping everybody.
And now they're all complaining.
And see how the rest of y'all fare.
And I agree with you 100%. It's depopulation, hippie. I mean, the drugs and the poor and there used to be a thing called middle class and now it's just rich and poor and food and all these things and prices out of control. My mortgage in the last couple of years has gone up $200 for some estranged reason. My car insurance has gone up. Here's my favorite one to rant about, Tutty. I got a $275 electric bill a couple months ago, and $275 was my usage. $375 was delivery fee. Wait, you charged me more to deliver the $275 than that I actually used? So my electric bill was $500, and I grow weed, so there is normally the 4 or 5 years ago, growing with the same apparatus that I have now, my electric bill would be an extra $110 a month for my grow room.
Yeah,
and now I'm paying from $220 before COVID to now $500-600 a month for my electric bill. And and they're doing the same with the gas. So here's the deal with the gas, right? Normally every year we would just shut the gas down and turn everything off, and it would be still there, but it wasn't like the heat was ever on or anything. Well, now they charge $90 a month delivery fee whether you're using it or not. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're just they are just obliterating the poor. And I used to feel like I was middle class, but at this point it's like I just
when
feel
we
like
bought this house down, I'm in, on the Gulf, South Alabama, South Mobile. Our payment that we bought it in 2021, and our payment was like $14.25, $14.30 or something.
Hero.
And now, after all this shit is going on, the market inflation and everything, now our payment is nearly $2,000 a month from the increase of the property value. So therefore the insurance and also the tax.
Right.
So
See,
yeah,
it's incredible.
It's gone up that much.
And I live in a place where, it's all super rich. Cape Cod is a tourist place. The houses across the street from me rent for fucking $5,000 a week. I mean, it's just insane. And I'm like the Sanford and Son living in the middle of all these fucking rich people. They keep their heat and their electricity. The lights are on all winter long because the insurance company will charge them less if there's someone supposedly in the house all winter instead of leaving it unoccupied and having some issue. But
yeah, but now the property values are starting to go back down to where they're supposed to be back, what
but the prices
they were ballooned out to be. My payment's not going down. My payment's not going back down with it. Oh no. Mm-mm.
I thought that's what Tutty was going to say earlier when I was kidding around about food prices, and she was saying something about we need to do something or change something. And that was what came to my mind, Star Trek, when the little door opened and you ordered your beef and, magically food appeared.
Or was it The Fifth Element?
Oh my God, The Fifth Element was so good. Yeah.
Like, turkey dinner. I was like, yo.
Chris Tucker was like genius in that freaking movie. Well, by the way, hi, I'm here new. Came over to show some love of
appreciate it.
Over here on your channel. Thank you for having me. Sass, God.
Totes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to throw it out there.
No. Never an interruption. We're all friends here. We're all good people. Is the body part is real? It looks AI. Laugh out loud. Which body part are we talking about? We talking about my zipper? My zipper. That's I had.
I got one going down my stomach too.
Really? Oh wow!
From the car accident I was in when I was 16, they had to do exploratory surgery because I had internal bleeding. That's how I died twice in the ambulance. But so I had a ruptured spleen and a collapsed lung, and so I got a zipper scar too going down my stomach.
Wow. Well, it's funny because they say my surgery, I had triple bypass, so they took a vein out of my leg and put it in my heart. Three of them.
Wow.
The three mains. But the hard part of the surgery is they crack the sternum, so they break my chest open. And for some reason, they say the doctors were telling me and the nurses that women recover a lot easier than men from that, which I don't know if your ribs are different in the sternum area or what.
Well, our bone densities are different.
Yeah.
Men got harder bones than the women do. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Ours are softer, so it's easier to meld together than a hard bone would be.
Be a woman if it means I'll heal faster.
Well, looks like a warrior scar to me. God bless. Wow,
yes, sir.
Serious business there.
I'm alive. I was on my 37-year anniversary of my wife and I being married, and I took the dogs for a walk, and I collapsed about a third of a mile away. And of course,
Wow.
stupidly, I didn't have my cell phone, and I just panicked and started saying to my dog, treat, home, want to eat, food, anything I could think of. And she sort of yanked on the collar until we got home. And then when I got home, I said, I'll be all right, honey. I just got to lay down for a minute. And she said like a demon, get in the fucking car. We're going to the hospital.
Yep.
And it's a good thing she did because, 10 to 12 days later, I had fucking triple bypass surgery.
Wow. Shout out to the wife. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the first time she's my wife, Mrs. Hippie, we call her. Because I'm a hippie, so and of course, if I say Mississippi or Mississippi, they don't really sound any different. So
Missy,
that little bit of Boston accent that I still have.
Boston. Now I was trying to pick up on it. I was like, wait a minute. I'm from New York. If you can't tell, you will eventually.
Okay. All right.
Originally, but I traded in the north for Florida, for sunny old Florida. So
I went there, I don't know, 2 years ago. My granddaughter and I and my wife, we took a vacation down there. We stayed in Jersey, right near like a road that brought you into the center of the city.
Yeah.
And we did walk the tallest building in New York City. And basically what happens is you go like to the top of the building, and then they give you clothes to wear, and you walk outside the building, and you're on like a rope that's tied to a harness.
What?
And you walk all the way up to the top of the platform, and then there's like a platform that goes out over the edge of the building.
And, that's called the Edge, isn't it? Isn't like a new thing in the city? Because I've been down south for a while.
I forget what it's called. I feel like it was Edge of City Limits is what it was called. Okay. But the funny thing is my granddaughter wanted to do it. My granddaughter is a crazy young lady. And I thought she was kidding. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like, okay, can we do it tomorrow? And I'm like, holy fuck, she's not kidding. And yeah. But I did that whole lean out over the edge where I think it's, is it 110 stories? Something like 1,200 people.
Yeah,
down below. People down bottom.
High or not acquainted.
Don't mix like two.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, boy. I'm so afraid of heights. I didn't even realize and learn I was afraid of heights until I went to Cali. And I did Runyon, and I did the climb up Runyon, and I looked back Runyon Canyon, and I was like, "Wow, it's steep," and I was like, "That's when I realized I was afraid of heights." I was like, "No."
Yeah, I mean, I'm not normally. I've done construction my whole life and worked up very high on buildings and stuff, but doing that I was definitely scared shitless. Scotty, you got a hard bone for me? Don't tell everybody. Jesus. It's supposed to be secret, Scotty.
Oh, a key to this scar: vitamin E oil and natural sunlight.
Yeah.
My dog has the zoomies.
Itchy today.
He's over here plowing through the fan, knocking over the food, running around in circles. This is crazy.
For some
so he's having issues with the dog.
The lighting makes it look more red than it actually is. It's more like the pink color.
And now he's pissed off my old dog, and the old dog is telling him to stop aggressively.
Oh.
He's old man. He don't want none of that fussing.
Mips is like, I guess 10 years old, maybe. He's ancient.
Shit, he's pretty.
Yeah, he's
pretty
old as hell. Yeah, I'd have to go check. He might be 8. I don't know. He's pretty old, and and when things get a little uppity, he gets all upset. He's about half blind.
Googling it. People were
uppity
talking
ass
about,
down.
people were talking about how it's 7 years to 1 American, and then we started doing a bunch of research on the channel that night, and found out that it actually progresses as they get older. The amount of years span
No way.
compared to humans gets larger. So it like starts at 7 years, then it's 10 years, and then it's 15 years for each year, or something crazy like that. You gave me chest crabs. Whoa.
Shout out to Fab Daddy and the chest crabs. What
Do they
the?
make your
What
chestnuts
the?
itch?
Amazing.
In the world we live in today, I mean, it
the
almost
fuck?
sounds like a
Shout
I'm
out
not
to
even
Fab Daddy.
surprised.
Oh, that's funny. Not chest crabs. Ooh. My crabs are acting up.
it's super itchy. That's why I'm not wearing a shirt, because I just
Yeah,
want
it's
to
all
go.
good, man. You're in your element. Do you, brother?
I got my purple on like Tutty. I love her
I'm
purple
saying.
background.
I'm
So I was
saying.
like, damn,
Me and Hippie, we got the purple, and then you and Squatch got the blues.
yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. I like it. I like it. Yeah, look at that color matching. God.
Not today.
Not today. Okay. Got it.
Say something about New York that I hated when I was there. And people were mostly very decent. Actually, I was at a Dunkin' Donuts in the giant building where you walk outside, and I was talking to this young guy. And I said, yeah, we're here on vacation. Where can I get some weed? He goes, oh, you need some weed? Come here. He guides me down the side of a little hallway and whips out a bag of weed and hands me a handful of weed and says, have a great vacation. But what I hated about New York City was you go to a fucking stoplight and you stop, and the millisecond the light turns green, 30 people are beeping the horn. Like, oh, it's so
Yeah.
fast paced. I hated it.
Yeah. It's,
Like, where-
it's just as bad in Miami and Florida. It's horrible. The light's like
Is
mid,
it?
not even like green yet. It's like mid transition and they're already wee. It's awful.
I like
How
to
much are
live
you
life a little bit
saving?
slower.
Me too, man. I live in the country. I have
Yeah.
to drive 40 miles right now to go to a McDonald's. I mean, I live,
Wow.
you know.
Oof.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
I just want to be by the beach. That's all I
Yeah.
need is beach.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, everything's beach here where I'm at. The top 10 beaches of the world every year for 20 years.
If you don't mind me
There
asking,
it is,
where you at?
20 years.
Cape Cod, it's the peninsula that sticks out just to the
Oh,
south of
nice.
Boston. Yeah,
Nice. I've never been. I would love to go.
it's beautiful out here.
Oh, I've
And
seen.
it's a fun party place. You know, I always talk about Provincetown, which is a super large gay community. And it's just an amazing, amazing place to go. Party, have a great
Dun, dun,
time. Everyone's
dun,
super
dun.
friendly.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
425 sharks are currently marked with GPS, and there's an app called the Shark app
What?
that
Yep.
you can.
What?
Yep.
Yeah,
There's two
crazy.
shark apps that are really good. Yep. That monitor
Oh.
shark activities.
I
Mhm.
don't
I was-
know about
You
that.
can, like if you're at a beach or something, if you see a shark, you can report it, a shark sighting and things like that. Mhm.
Oof. Well, the Emerald
Hey,
Coast is not
brother.
too far behind.
Roxy's ain't new,
The-
baby.
the-
That shit nailed my ass hard, bro. Roxy's was hard to knock off, son.
Yeah. I was on 80 milligram Oxycontin for breakfast, a 30 milligram Oxy for lunch, and 80
Oof.
dinner. And they gave me a bottle of 10s they called breakthrough medicine that I could just eat all 30 in one day and call and get another one. I mean,
Oof.
See, back in my day, back 30 years ago when I had the accident, it was morphine was all the rage.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yep,
When I
yep,
had
yep,
mine,
yep.
I will never forget the first time I went to go see the pain management doctor, and that motherfucker hooked me up with like 500 of those big ass school bus Percocets.
Mhm.
Oof.
I had a goddamn box of these things I had to carry in my lap.
Oof.
Got aspirin in it though. You can't snort it, so it's no good.
That's fine. I'm not snorting shit anyway, man. My
Oof.
back was
No,
broken. I was miserable.
I was a mess with that shit, you know.
Luckily, I had such a bad reaction to any of those, but like, oof, perks, no bueno.
Yeah. Been 30.
Try breaking your back and then trying them. They're a little
Yeah,
better. It's like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I haven't gone through that trauma, but yeah.
I fractured
I'll take an
pelvis and
upper all
broke
day.
the very bottom vertebrae in my back, dislocated my right hip, and tore the little cartilage capsule in there. Balled that fucker up like a piece of paper and smashed it back into the socket. And it was like that for years. And every time I'd start to get up and moving around, I'd go to another doctor's appointment and they would get this shit. They call it manipulating the joint. And what they do is dislocate your hip and put it back in place, or try to. They try to. They do pop it out and they try to put it back in. And I must have had that done to me 100 times before I just said, nope, I can't do that no more. I can't. Here's the irony. That is exactly what fixed my hip. It happened by accident one day and it worked. I went to get off the couch to get up. I was all fucked up and I went to get off the couch to go take a piss. And when I put my leg down, it popped out and I fell off the couch and like rammed that fucker back in when I fell on it. And I screamed like a bitch and I cried. Yep. I just laid on the floor crying. And here's the fucked up thing. We were watching like fucking Supernatural or Stargate or something. Had the whole family sitting there, and I just went to like get up to go take a piss and get something to drink. And I went to get up, and suddenly I'm just screaming, and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, I can't even talk. It's just so bad. But then within like 20 minutes, there was a distinct difference in the pain from before that to after that. Suddenly my hip felt like it was in a vast hallway and wasn't touching anything. Like I couldn't walk on it because there was not enough tension in my hip to be able to walk. And I thought I had torn some shit loose. Right. So, you know, I did the thing, peed in the bucket, laid on the couch, stayed there for a couple of days, and it didn't hurt like it had been hurting. It hurt different. It itched real fucking bad. And keep in mind, I'm still popping pills like they're fucking M&Ms at this point. And I got up and went to the kitchen and got something to drink and made it back to the couch. And that shit made my hip hurt so fucking bad that I stayed on the couch for like another 2 days. And then I got up and went to the kitchen again, and that hurt really, really, really bad. But it was like using muscles I hadn't used in a really, really long time or something.
I don't think your kitchen likes you.
No, it wasn't that. That was just like
the kitchen don't want you to come in it. I said no.
I haven't eaten opiates since 2010, and when I had this recent surgery, two days after surgery, I refused pain meds. I said, "Nah, I'm done." And I suffered a little bit more than I probably should have, but I hate that shit.
I
was 16 when this happened. I was only 16 years old, and I was in a hospital for a month. And for the first 2 weeks, they had me like I was doped the fuck up. I had morphine drip, a 2-minute timer to send a rush. I can press the button and it'll rush into me. They took me off that shit cold turkey. All right. My body went into such a shock. I was grabbing a hold of the hospital bed, and because I couldn't move my legs, both my legs were like strapped up and everything, and my right collarbone was broken, so I was in a brace, but I still grabbed a hold of the hospital bed, and the whole bed lifted up like fucking exorcist shit or something. Yeah, it was nuts how strong my body was trying to get that morphine.
Yeah,
but
I still have.
I've never been addicted to anything since. So
20 years later, that drug is the devil.
Yep.
Yeah, and nothing else works on me now. I can take all kinds of pain medicines, and the most it'll do is maybe make me go to sleep. Does
Right.
nothing for my pain. Yeah, nothing. And
I'm
I
here to
can't
tell
get
you right
addicted
now,
to anything.
and I want to be perfectly clear about this. That shit don't do a fucking thing for your pain in the first place. What it does,
Right.
it makes you not give a shit. You don't give a
Right.
shit that it hurts, and you don't give a shit that your wife's mad at you. You don't give a shit that
Yep.
your kids are hungry. You don't give a shit about nothing but getting that next fix.
Right.
Get the next pill or the next. I agree with you
Yep.
100%.
Facts.
And that's why I never.
And
have
your
touched
addicted
heroin or
brain will
anything
run
like that.
through the craziest fucking mental gymnastics to make it perfectly rational, the insane, absurd shit that you were doing.
Yep. The only thing that helps with I have 2 herniated discs in my neck is Tramadol.
Dude,
That's
that
it.
shit will fucking kill me. I can't even take it.
That's all I can take.
I have disc fusion first in 2010, and then now recently I had an update to C4, C5 disc fusion. Now I have C4 vertebrae is notched like an L, C5 is cut in half, C6 is notched, and then they took a bone from a cadaver and put it in between all of that, and then titanium plated it all together. So I have 3 vertebrae that literally don't move.
Wow.
Arlen,
I have
remember
2
what I told
miracles.
you earlier? I
Yeah.
used to do.
Yeah.
All right, my spine, the bottom of my spine, that's right above my butt, is like this. It's concaved in like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting
So,
old sucks.
I had a
Oof.
job years later.
Getting
after
old
I-
is so much fun.
After I got clean. And part of getting the job, I had to go and get a physical done. And so I had to do like the x-rays and all that stuff. And when they called me in to tell me I couldn't have the job, the little company doctor medic guy was there, and he's like, I got to ask you some questions, man. He's like, you don't have to answer. There's no rule or law or anything to tell me that you need to answer
It was
this.
just his own morbid curiosity.
Yeah, he was sitting in a room after I talked to the supervisor and I talked to the other guy, and I'm not going to get the job. And he's like, "Can I talk to you?" I was like, "Okay." And he brought up my X-rays and he put them up there, and he says, "How old were you when you broke your ribs?" I don't remember ever breaking my ribs. How old were you when you broke your left arm? I don't remember ever breaking my left arm. How old were you when you broke the fingers in your left hand? I don't remember ever breaking anything in my left hand. How old were you when you broke your back? That was like 8 years ago. I fell through a floor. I explained the whole thing, all the injuries. He's like, okay. How old were you when you broke your tibia? And I don't remember ever breaking my tibia. That's not a thing. Like, I don't understand what you're asking me. He's like, okay. Now, you seem to walk pretty well. You seem to be pretty squared away. How do you explain this? And I was like, I don't have an explanation for you, but once everything got back into place, I was able to move. He said, well, let me explain what this looks like from a surgeon's perspective. First of all, if you don't remember any of the breaks I've mentioned, then chances are these are signs of child abuse. They happened when you were so young, you don't remember them. He said, okay, now he named off some numbers. He's like, these 2 vertebrae are solidly fused. I've got 10 years experience doing surgery to do that, and I can't do it as well as yours are fused. I want to know, how did you get 2 of them in your back to do this? Because we have all kinds of techniques that we use to try to do what your back has done. And we have about a 70% success rate at it. And you had no surgeries on record. No one ever cut into your back, and yet you have a set of perfectly fused vertebrae. There is nothing in between them. They are one bone now. And I just shrugged at him like, I don't know. I can tell you that I did spend.
Swatch is a Nephilim.
I can tell you that I spent about 8 months laying in bed right after the injury happened. and I couldn't get up and move until my back stopped hurting so bad. That was when I was able to get up and move. And my dogs are losing their fucking cheese grits. You hear this, right? You hear what I got
for
to
once
live
it's,
here?
I was going to say, for once, it's not my dog barking.
Right? Well, I call it a puppy. He's not a puppy exactly, but he's younger than my old dog. And I guess you'd call him adopted son or whatever, my stepson, whatever you want to call him. His girlfriend gave him a dog. Then they lost their place. They ended up breaking up. He ended up staying here with us. And then he moved in with his dad. And his dad was like, "You can't bring the dog."
See, that's kind of what happened with me. Is my son used to live here with his dogs, and then he had to move out and got a place that is no dogs allowed. So I'm about to give him, unfortunately, an ultimatum. You know, you gotta do something with your dogs, or unfortunately, I'm going to do something. And I love dogs, and I love them, but I just can't, keep these dogs forever. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Teddy, for coming by. Thank you for
modding me. Thank you.
Well, I'm like one of those weird guys on YouTube that mods everybody, and I kind of have my own reasons why. Because if you're a mod, you can't fuck with another mod. So it sort of messes with people causing trouble. You know what I mean? So that's
I'd
just
rather
it.
be Smurfy blue than Eeyore gray.
Right. What's this? I never seen this before. Rebecca wandering.
That's me.
Open
I
chat.
just sent over a little gratitude. Gotta go, but thank you for having me on.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing my link. I hope to see you guys over by me, and I'll be back over again. I subbed, and I appreciate you guys. Just got a life a little bit. I haven't life today at all. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. I've never seen that before. That was pretty rad. Like a little box opened that said you have a private chat, which for a guy like me is an amazing thing because I don't notice those little red lights going off that I got a private
sometimes
message.
I don't notice that either.
I'm not very. I don't know what the word is, but so yeah, 425 sharks marked. And when I was a kid and Jaws, the movie came out, I remember being scared swimming in fresh water here. And now that there's 425 of those bastards out there, I will never go swimming in that water.
I go to the beach all night. I shit you not. I am quite absurd when it comes to the water. I am the biggest predator out there. I promise. I'm the most dangerous thing in that sound, bro.
I used to be, but now, no, thank you. And the seal. The reason why sharks are here is because seals have taken over out here. There's a couple islands off of Chatham that used to have lighthouses on it. And the lighthouses were moved to land so they could be historic. And those islands were taken over by seals. And I think it was last summer, a guy flew a drone over the island, and it looked black, like a bunch of black rocks. And I was thinking to myself, where the hell is this island? And then when the drone came down low, it was just literally thousands of seals. And that's what brought the sharks was food. So, and if there's 425 mark, you can surely guess there's probably a whole bunch more that aren't marked. And the funny thing is the shark app goes off at a mile, right? Well, where I live, the Cape is, lucky if it's 1.5 miles wide. So you could be sitting at a restaurant eating dinner and all of a sudden your phone's ringing. You're like, what the hell? Shark in your area within 1 mile. What the fuck? I can't imagine. When I go to the beach all the time, it's full and people are crazily swimming like it's fresh water or something. I guess when you pay all this money, like I say, the houses across the street from me, they rent for $5,000 a week. I guess when you pay that much money to be here, you got to enjoy everything that goes with it.
Right?
Yeah. I think it's game time. See you later, Fab Daddy. Thanks for swinging in.
Game time? Okay.
Call of Duty on his
Oh,
phone.
gotcha.
I'm a gamer too. Schooling the Trolls. I love it. You don't play any kind of gaming at all? Like on your
Me? No.
phone, cards? That's cool.
Oh, well. Me and my husband might play some games or something. Like
Careful.
Uno
Oh,
or Yahtzee, but
nice. Gotta love Uno. See,
Hell
look,
yeah.
see, he's gaming. That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah,
I don't play that one. That one's too hard for me. I like just to shoot people and kill people, and they get mad and cry. I get all into that, you know.
Bro, I just
I'm
got
not
this one started up real good.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah, I've been kind of bouncing around a bunch of different seeds and putting little starter bases up in them so I can go see which one I want to actually use for long-term, permanent game.
Mm-hmm.
So, because eventually I'll just have to restart all of this when I get a server to put it on. But I want to have the right place first, if that makes sense.
Right. Gotcha.
What do you want on
PB&J, maybe?
PB&J.
Peanut butter and jelly on some super yummy seeded bread.
Hey.
Not super healthy, but what's that?
You want to see something funny?
Skinny
Check this
girl.
out. You see this switch?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Is this the chicken? Yep.
I have skeletons that spawn up top and they fall down here and gather so I can just kill them and get levels. But every now and then this thing glitches and it'll dump tons and tons and tons of skeletons in there. And
I'll be right.
I have a. Why is it not working? Oh yeah. I have a kill switch built in so that if in the event that this becomes too many, it just cooks them.
Oh, nice.
Right.
The old Call of Duty zombies, they had firewalls. You could get them all gathered into a big pile. Then you'd run through the firewall and hit the trigger, and it would burn all the zombies. Oh, it was so cool. They ruined zombies. Leslie, how are you, Leslie? They ruined zombies.
Greetings
on
and
Call of Duty.
salutations, Leslie.
They put this stupid bubblegum machine thing where you get perks out of it and just made it way too complicated. I just want to push buttons and kill shit. I don't want to make a whole what you're doing.
My son used to have one of those Minecraft swords that he's got in his hand, and I thought he still had it, but I don't know where he doesn't know where it's at anymore.
My son used to have that and the bow and arrow. We sold it on Facebook Marketplace a couple of months ago. He just took a bunch of shit in our basement that we'd been saving, and I think the wife made about $4,000 selling all the junk from that we have acquired over the years as crazy hippies. We just realized, we would save all this stuff for someday. Someday we might need this, and then. Unfortunately, you reach a certain point in your life, and someday has come and gone. You know what I mean?
Squatch, what are you doing? Are you fighting chickens?
I need levels. No, I'll show you. All right, you see this magic sword I'm carrying?
Yes.
I made
That's
it.
the sword I was talking about.
The way you do it. Where am I at? Oh yeah, the way you do it is you need books. You got to make a bunch of different shit, right? And then you have to get the right spells. Where the fuck is the damn thing at?
He got lost.
Know where shit is in his own game.
He got lost in his own maze.
Basically.
He's his own rat.
I stashed it over here. There it is. I stashed it in a corner so it wouldn't be in the way. This is a sugarcane machine. In order to get sugarcane, right? So what I do is I kill the skeletons, right? They're up there. Kill the skeletons. They drop down and they drop all of this stuff. The bones can be turned into bone meal. You put the bone meal in the paper machine over here, right? In the sugarcane machine, and you gather it up. I've already got a shit ton of it, right? And
Way
you turn
too
that into paper.
complicated.
Then you take the paper. Where you at? There you are. Need to put lights in here. Over here, where I have my library, which has all the different spells that are needed for your different armor and stuff, right? And you take the paper to this guy, and you sell the paper to him. He'll give you 1 emerald for 24 paper. And you use the emeralds to buy the spells that you need. And then once you've built whatever piece it is, like the helmet, the armor, the sword, whatever, you've got all your spells and your books and stuff, you come over here. God damn it. The thing is, you have to put this way far away from your villagers or they'll try to use it. You come over here and you put all your shit together in your spell books, and then you put all your armor together, and you can make a decent set of armor that you don't die just walking around outside.
Yeah, because at night things attack and stuff. Pretty interesting game, but way too much going on from my little tiny pea brain.
Can I just do it like Farmville used to be?
Right?
I miss Farmville. That's who I am. I was Farmville queen.
Wait,
I
wait
had that
for the
shit
flowers
going.
or something. What
And then-
was Farmville?
It's gone.
It was like you grew stuff, right? Is that what it was?
Yes.
This is one of my
Yeah.
favorite things right here. This trips me out. This is one of the stupidest machines in Minecraft. Do you know what it does? It makes cobblestone. It's one of the first machines you should ever build in any world because you can use cobblestone for so much, right? It's needed for all kinds of stuff. And I was going to build a huge, enormous like strip mall, but I ran into a little problem over here. Seems to be an awful lot of magma. Yeah.
That might be
So-
a problem.
Well, I mean, I can fix it, right? I
You
can.
can use it for energy to make something
I do.
run.
Let me show you. Where is it at? Where's my bucket? I lost my bucket. I don't have my
You
bucket.
can be Sardamon. You know.
I use it in my no joke. I'm not even joking. You're not wrong. I use it. Where's it at? I use it in my auto cooker. I just put whatever I want cooked up here, and it comes out down here cooked. Whether it's stone or whatever, steel, anything that needs to be cooked or baked or
It's your bakery.
yeah, and it's an auto version of it. So like I just stuff in the whole box full of it. All of these slam full, and all of these slam full, and if this will fill up. Usually I'll have two or three of these stacked together to
And those hold other individual things
Right.
inside of them. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You're a smart
look at
dude,
this.
so you're a smart dude, so it makes sense. For me, that's just way too overwhelming. Way too many things to collect. Way too many
Yeah.
things that you have. I mean,
I like keep it simple, stupid.
mhm.
I just like
Dude,
little.
I
fun
used to
things.
sit on job sites and go over schematics and blueprints and compare them back and forth to find the places where the mistakes were. Right? Which is apparently something not everyone can do. And I never really had any training on blueprints or schematics. They just made sense to me. Like, and when any job I was ever in, when I came across blueprints and was like, oh, well, that's not going to work. This particular hole doesn't transfer from the first floor to the second floor. You're going to have to do something about that. And they're like, holy shit, how'd you notice that? Because it's missing.
I built houses all my life, 30 years, and so many times you have this really crazy blueprint, and as you're building, you get to a point where like, wait, this isn't going to work. And it was most of the jobs were for the government. So what would happen is there would be a stop on the job, and they'd have to re-engineer. And my company always used to love it when it happened because they would get extra money because
Cost plus, yeah.
Cost plus. So, but it's funny how what works on paper doesn't always actually
well, no, it does
work in real.
It's just that they did it wrong. That's the thing, is the ability to look at blueprints. You've got 30 pages for 5 floors, right? 40 pages. They're twice as long as my goddamn desk and roll up like scrolls. You know what I'm talking about? Like actual drafts. Yep. All right. So the ability to fold through looking at it and then go back, the ability to spot things that are not on the draft that should be. So it's on this page, but not on the page under it. Right. And there might be 200,000 references on this draft. And somehow when I look at them, the missing parts jump out at me. And I'm like, oh, you didn't include a clear out on this. You didn't put in this. That's not over here. This is, and apparently that's something that AI can probably do pretty quickly. But apparently it's a bit of a skill or talent that some people can do. Jesse, I can't remember his last name. He was a Texican. He told me, he said he's known 3 people that can do what I do. He said none of them have ever had any college training.
That again by me today.
It's just raw by the seat of your pants. Some people can, some people can't. He said, I have no idea what makes the
oatmeal.
difference.
Had it on the counter, went to go pee, came back, and she was up on the counter drinking it. Fucking splatter everywhere. Sorry, my dog was being a pain in the butt trying to eat my peanut butter sandwich. I had to fight.
If you stop putting your dick in it, it wouldn't be so bad.
Wait, no, I just scooped that right out of the. I don't use my peanut butter sandwich. I just scoop it right out of the bottle. At least it's a female. You with them males.
Oh my God, my brain just went to Van Wilder. You know what I'm talking about.
Shut up.
Van Wilder? You got me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Have you seen that movie?
Let me look.
Hippie doesn't watch movies. He just sits and stares at worms and thinks about pot.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. No.
Oh dear.
No. Let me pick your brain for a second. I think I've done this before, but I only have a vague memory of it. What do you have your worm farm in?
Multiple giant storage containers. They're black with a yellow cover. They're probably 25 gallons, and they all stack nicely. And
right, I gotcha.
They're in different phases of the processing of the shit. Slowly, I'll do like I told the other day. I put bananas in them, and I wait until they get all built up underneath the bananas, and I'll change that amount of worms from one container to a next until I get down to where there's nominal amounts of worms, and then I'll process the shit. You know, it's not some work, but
oh yeah,
I use that in all the outside plants. I mean, I have probably 10,000 flowers in my yard of all different kinds, and that gets spread all over. Although this year not so much because I've been all jammed up. But
See, we always had out on the farm. We always had like this ginormous compost pile. So we never actually like farmed worms specifically. We did it as a byproduct of compost.
Well, the red wigglers, they do a whole bunch of things. Like they make the water last longer from their saliva and all these different things besides the shit that
There's also
soil.
no better bait on earth for a small brim.
Right?
Go
I was
get
just
you an
reading
alt
an
10
article.
hook. I ain't even joking. An alt 10, they're hard to find. You got to go look hard. Find you an alt 10 hook and put you about half a red wiggler on that sucker. Just thread him right up the end of the hook and leave the very end of it wiggling around just a hair. If there's a fish anywhere, if there's a brim anywhere in that damn pond, when that summit hits the water, he'll be along here in just a second.
I hate fish. All of it. I hate saltwater fish. I hate freshwater fish.
Oh no!
I don't know. I was
Why the
raised
fuck you live on an
for-
island, motherfucker?
You live on
What's
an
wrong with
island.
you?
and eat the food
That's the problem. I was
Yeah, I
raised
see.
poor, and my
Right.
mom used to go down to the pier, and she, do nasty things with the fishermen for food, and so I always ate lobster and cod and flounder,
it's a
and
psychological hate.
so I can't. If I put a ton of tartar sauce on it, I'll eat it. Like
Tartar sauce.
if you were to say, "Here, I'm going to give you this fish."
You ever
dip,"
tried a red breast sunfish, my friend? I think it might
Oh,
change
ew.
your opinion.
It's something about the texture.
They ain't up
I
there,
just-
bro.
Largemouth bass. Mm.
No, skip that. They're everywhere. I'm talking about one of those big ass yellow bellied panfish, big as your hand. They call them slabs.
The bass, the fucking salt, they're wicked oily, and I've had it where people cook it with stuffing, and the stuffing soaks the oil from the fish out. But yeah, I'll eat it, but it's not. I'm not paying for it.
You ever heard of a
Lobster.
warmouth?
Nope,
Do you know what a warmouth is?
I don't.
Google it. Take a look at this thing. This is what happens when a brim decides it's a largemouth bass. It's shaped like a largemouth bass. It hunts like a largemouth bass. It's about 1/3 the size of a largemouth bass. He's 3/4 head.
Those look like some ones that we got in our pond.
Probably do. You're in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
You're on the south side of this motherfucker, right? Yeah. That would
South
be about right.
Alabama, South Mobile. Just
Before the bass,
we're like
before
right on the
large,
Gulf.
before largemouth bass were introduced over here, warmouth occupied that niche.
Yeah, our one of the people that live on the pond, there's like 3 or 4, 5 of us that live on the pond that actually own, land with the pond. And they've a couple of the guys have stocked it before, and one of them got like a bunch of mixed breed shit. So,
Well, there's some interesting mixed breeds that can be done. For instance, if you breed a male green-eared sunfish and a female red-eared sunfish, you get something called a Georgia Giant. And the Georgia Giant is a 4.5-pound bass-sized brim that is gargantuan. The green-eared sunfish carries its growth limiter on the female allele, and the red-eared sunfish carries its growth limiter on the male allele. And when you do it backwards, it's like a liger. They're sterile, but they get gargantuan. They will break your shit. You're out there trying to catch you a little panfish, right? And if you're not rigged for bass or catfish, you're not pulling that summit in the boat. It ain't happening.
yeah, they're Nephilim fish. Mhm.
Sort of. Well, I mean, they're not an impossible natural cross because they do occupy similar waters very closely to each other. But there's only a few places that their ranges overlap in, like middle Alabama, middle Georgia, and a little bit of South Carolina, I think. And it's like a
I
thin
think
ribbon because the green-eared sunfish are south, the red-eared sunfish are north, and they only overlap in one area, which explains some of the monster fish stories you hear coming out of this general area. Is those things have been naturally occurring for 100 years. People occasionally catch them and nobody knew what they were because they don't match any species in the water. You can't look at it and be like, oh, that's a crossbreed between this and that. It just looks like a big brown fish. It's like it's like a giant bluegill.
I used to sea clam off of 58 miles off the coast, and there used to be a fish, I can't think of its name, but it would sit in the pile of clams with its mouth open like that, and it had crazy teeth in its mouth, but they were hinged, so they were backwards, and you'd be digging around in this pile trying to pick out the sea clams, and all of a sudden you'd put your hand in the mouth of them, and they would clamp down, and man, they were super powerful gums. But what was crazy, when you tried to pull your hand out, those teeth rotated forwards, and now you were fucked. Now they were biting you with their teeth.
Well, that's the same thing with sharks. Their teeth go like inward, so that way, you know, if the prey tries to come out, it gets hooked and gets dug deeper in.
Yes. And the other thing they had that was scary out there was the sea worms that when they bit you,
bloodworms,
it would give you an instant blood infection, and what you would see is a red mark would start to go up your arm.
Yeah.
And we would have to call, Coast Guard right away, and they would come airlift the person off the ship and take them into the hospital, because if that reaches your heart, it would kill you. Just these little teeny worms that look so innocent, but you didn't have your gloves on, or they slipped inside your gloves. The ocean had all kinds of scary things hidden in it.
Yeah. It's like, I love the beach, but I don't go out in the ocean, like way out. I'll do the coast. I'm on the Gulf, and that's fine and dandy. It's a big puddle. you know,
it was actually four shark deaths in Australia in the last month, and they're saying it's a very off the hook change. That normally they don't kill people, and they're killing people. And I'm thinking, great, I got all these here. I hope that very few people have been bitten, but no one's actually died, because they would just clamp on and let go, and people would bleed and blah blah blah. There was a woman last year. She was in a kayak, and a 21-foot great white came along and nudged her kayak and flipped it upside down, and she was in the water swimming with a 21-foot. And it didn't bother her, but man, I just think to myself, what was she thinking at that fucking moment?
I hope this thing don't eat shit.
Right? Right? Because she just shit herself.
Damn sure did. I did. I guarantee you. I'd poop myself. I get that close to a shark in the water. Suddenly, I'm not the most dangerous thing on the fucking ecosystem.
Especially 21-footer. I mean, that's like a car. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. Mother Nature.
Yeah, I flew over the Atlantic twice, and my mom had to knock me out both times.
Right? I always say, if I had to fly somewhere, like my son's been all over the world, Japan, Thailand, Philippines. But me, myself, I feel like if I had to be on a plane for any longer than like an hour, I need Valium or something, because I'm going to start panicking, Especially like when you pass the international time zone and like it's coming up to 8 o'clock and then it's still 8 o'clock. And I don't know, that whole thing.
I mean, you really are doing time travel. I mean, shit.
Right? Yeah. I like it. What's the yellow? Is that
this is my trash can
armor?
Yeah, I'm throwing all this stuff away. It's in my way.
Gotcha.
I can't really do anything with it.
Overstock.com.
I can't. There's nothing. I can't break them down. I can't turn them into anything else. I don't generally use a bow this early in the game, and so they're all just extra. They're in the way. I want the bones. I don't want all the other crap. So that's what I'm doing, is going through and getting rid of the overstock, as you put it.
Well, I think I'm going to shut my stream down. 2.5 hours. I had crazy physical therapy today. I'm shot. This woman worked me to death, made me do all these exercises and do the most I could do, and then took me outside, made me walk after doing all this. I'm pretty shot. So I am going to go to sleep. I appreciate you, Teddy, for coming over. Caucasian, as always. Much love, my brother.
You can give me a reach around later.
All right. I'll send you some dick pics as soon as I get off. Wait, that didn't come out right. I'll send you some dick pics.
It came out just right. It didn't go in right.
Went in sideways.
And you know the Cash App's on the way.
Right. It ain't free anymore.
Promise you, I'll send it tomorrow, girl.
Glad he sent you a burger on Tuesday for a dick pic on Wednesday. All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Have fun.